these children were identified by IQ tests usually, and that's a limited way of looking at what giftedness is.
Paula Prober is a psychotherapist and consultant specializing in gifted adults and families. This episode includes excerpts from several interviews, first from her conversation at an edition of the Empaths, Sensitives, and Intuitives Summit with host Melissa Schwartz.
So you were talking about the rainforest mind, and I know that that's part of the title of your books, but can you explain what that means, where the concept came from? Like, tell us what you mean by rainforest mind. This is a new phrase.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, back when I was teaching, these kids that I was working with were labeled gifted, and people are really kind of uncomfortable with that label, and it can be defined in different ways. And these children were identified by IQ tests usually, and that's a limited way of looking at what giftedness is. And so I wanted to come up with a metaphor or analogy that would explain it, where people would understand what it meant, and it wouldn't be limited to achievement or IQ scores. And so I came up with the analogy, the metaphor of the rainforest, to describe this population that you could see people as ecosystems. Some people are like meadows, and some people are like deserts, and some are like volcanoes, and some are like rainforests. And all ecosystems are beautiful and valuable and important and make a contribution. The rainforest ecosystem is just the most complex. And you can sort of stretch the analogy and say that, it contributes to the rest of the planet, which these people often do, make a contribution. They have a sense of social responsibility and want to make a difference. And that sort of fits with the analogy of the rainforest and the complexity of the rainforest and the intensity of it. And it's fertile, it's colorful, it's effervescent, which these people often are. And then we often don't understand them. So, and we cut down our rainforest, we're burning our rainforest. And it's sometimes these people are also cut down. I talk about, have you run into chainsaws in your life, because people don't, they misinterpret your intensity, they misinterpret your curiosity and your love of learning. And some of these people don't do well in school because they already can read when they start first grade. And, so they have these abilities that are not understood. I guess one point I wanted to make was that not every person who we would define as gifted is actually a rainforest mind. What I've learned as I've continued to work here in the field, it's like the rainforest minded type of gifted is the more creative, mm-hmm. the more the person who's that high sensitivity, high empathy, many interests, and many career paths, and wants to do many different things and learn about everything. Not all people we would define as gifted are the rainforest mind variety. So I do sort of want to differentiate that, because not everyone is a multi-potentialite